I've been in education for over 20 years, and I started as a teacher in a public school and then taught at a Christian school. It's where I met a wonderful Spanish teacher who eventually became my wife. Once we started having kids, I also felt called by God to take on some school leadership. Got my master's degree, and my first administrative job was at a independent college prep school in Omaha, Nebraska, and continued to take courses through Creighton University and specialized in elementary, and got open the door for my first elementary principal job at a public school in central Nebraska, and had a wonderful time there, and was in public school administration for 7 years. And over the course of that time, really started to feel that there were things about my job that I felt like I was having to compromise, things I was being asked to do that I was just not comfortable with. I had 2 boys that were also growing up at the school that I was working at, and was concerned about the things that they were learning, the things that we had to talk about at home at an early age were really troubling. It was 3 years ago that my wife started reading a book called Excused Absence written by Douglas Wilson. And God was taking everything up to a climax in our lives as parents, and for me professionally. And it really came home one day when my youngest son had done a writing assignment, and the things he wrote about were just incredibly troubling. And I read the book myself, and we came to a crossroads. My wife and I looked at each other and said, we just can't keep doing this to our children. One of the things that I read was we sent our children out to the school, but they were coming back to us as strangers, and we could no longer allow that. But we didn't know what next. We just knew that we could not continue the course that we were doing. So professionally, I had to make some tough decisions. It meant for us choices that we had to make, some deep sacrifices we had to make. I was moving up the career ladder, getting promotions, getting paid accordingly. I was making, good salary, full benefits, retirement. Financially, we were kind of set for retirement, the whole 9 yards. But it was weighing in a balance all of those things that we had in hand, the big house, the money, family, all of those things, but we were losing something on the other side, and really, to be honest, it was losing the souls of our children, and maybe more personally, my own soul in a sense. And we could no longer do that. We had to tip the scales completely differently. So for us, it was in a sense a no-brainer to walk away from that contract, walk away from the home and house that we had to completely start over. We had to walk away from a lot of money and walk away from family. We were very, roots were deep in Nebraska. Megan and I both had family there. We were hoping to get into a classical Christian school in Omaha. God closed that door, and we started looking nationwide. And we set foot on campus just around Easter 2 years ago here in Annapolis, and immediately realized this is the education that we had always been wanting our kids to have. God allowed me to be the principal here, and this is my 2nd year, and we have not regretted it since. It has been everything that we wanted it to be, both as parents and as a professional. This really is a unique and wonderful opportunity that we have here at the school to minister to kids with a completely different paradigm shift in regards to how we teach kids. And I know as a parent, I couldn't be happier with the education my kids are getting. The thing I tell parents is the students rise to the standard that we give them, and our concern about bringing our children here was the standard going to be too high? And we realized that they rose to that standard, and we've been very pleased. It was worth that. It was worth those decisions, worth those choices, and we've not regretted it since.